Elmore A Bellamy, born and reared in the popular Warmpeak section, Warwick County. When I knew anything, I was living with my grandmother. My father passed just before I was born, from my understanding. And after my grandmother passed, then I went on a place called what they call Chesterfield. That's where Chesterfield Baptist Church was out there in that vicinity. And I finished growing up from my age of 7 on up to the teens. And farming was the #1 goal in this area at that time, and Little Loveland. At times was somewhat tough, but people who farmed and logged, and because farmers at that time raised quite a bit of the food substance that the family needed. They had the hog meat, smokehouse for that. You go at the beach during the fall and get a barrel of fish and salt down, and that would help supplement the pork. That's denomination and things of that like. So after about 3 years in military service, I had a chance to go to OCS, Officer Training School, but I would have had to stay in the Army 3 more years if I had taken that up. So my mother was ill, stepfather was of age, so I preferred to get my discharge and take care of them. I went to Bible College in Columbia and obtained my license and came back, and that was after I finished, went back and got my degree in high school and built a barber shop, and later the veteran program started called the Farm Readjustment, and I was able to qualify for an instructor after I came from barber college. So I had a class of 14, there's 4 of us, full-time instructors, and I ran the barber shop on the side. Then started a Boy Scout troop in this area, and of course the air base was in operation at that time, Myrtle Beach Air Base, and of course they were very good to scouting, because that was a future soldier, they say, and they would send the bus out to my little snack shop here, and when the time for a camper wheel, and pick the boys up, and we go to something elsewhere. And of course at one point they put some on the plane and give them Charleston and short trip going about. After that program, I worked with the employment office of about 3 years as a Job Corps recruiter. That's recruiting boys and girls who had dropped out of school and wanted to improve their education status. And then community-wise, I was still working with the church. In fact, I was a deacon made a deacon in 1976, and other community involved in that. I became a notary and in '67, and that was service to the community and people at large. And then I was asked to serve on as one of the trustees of Old Georgetown Tech College, which I accepted. And after my term was out, I also was asked to work with on the tax appeal board, and I was on the tax appeal board for 13 years. That's what got me interested in real estate. After being on the board, and that's all we dealt with was real estate, I became interested, and it caused me to do a little on my own. So those are some of the things. Plus the fact we worked very diligently with the 5 children. I had 2 by my first wife, and of course my second marriage, she had 3, and all of them, 4 of them completed college, and some of them did masters, and they are working on their own now. My oldest daughter, she just retired from the National Reserve Bank in Charlotte, North Carolina, and others, one went from Salem, and one in Durham, and Charlotte, one teaching Charlotte, and Atlanta, Georgia. My oldest boy, and his family's in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're doing well.
How many?
Like my resume said, I like to do, and I like to see other people do, and I like to see other people have. It does me good to see people move up, because it's a chance that I may be able to move up to my children or grandchildren. But if everyone is on the same level, there's no. Woodrow Wilson said, without education, there'll be very little elevation. So that's about the way things are. I would like to be remembered as a person who enjoys seeing others have, and I also would like to remember that a lot of things I did were help the betterment of mankind, regardless to who it is. I mean, if there's any way I can help or give him my idea would help him, because I'm open to ideas myself. I like the people that share with me. I've always been a person that normally a lot of people would come to me for advice or different things. Some people look at money as everything, but money not everything. If you know what to do, you can make some money. But if you've got $1 million, and when you spend $1 million and don't know what to do, you're in worse shape than you were before you got the $1 million. So I like King Solomon. King Solomon prayed for knowledge and wisdom, and the Lord blessed him with that. He was the most knowledgeable man at that time, and of course he's blessed in so many ways. So I like to see, and I like to encourage people, and of course I like to be encouraged too, and I have been by several older people. I listen to people. Now I don't do everything people say, but I weighed out what they say, and a lot of times they have some good advice you can use, and